Hello everyone, welcome back to Archangel RC. It has been a while since I've had a SEQURE with a Q product to play with. The last one was this soldering iron, and that was years ago, and I'm still using it. It was and still is a brilliant tool, super compact and convenient, and even works off of USB-C. Has never let me down yet. A while back, SEQURE sent one of their ESCs, the 14200, which is a 200 amp 14S capable model. There are three variations of this ESC. I chose the simplest one with no back on it, no cables and so on, because I didn't know exactly where I will be installing it. I wanted it to be as compact as possible, but also I was probably not going to use any back it comes with, so since there was an option to go without it, why not? The unit is impressive, aluminum heatsink all around, solid feeling, and I know from experience that it gets the job done pretty well. There was an option to choose between three different firmware variants. Since I didn't know any better, I chose the ESCape32. Sounded interesting, and they did send the optional Wi-Fi module, which is used to program it. Recently, I rebuilt and got my MFE Fighter VTOL flying again, but it needed a new ESC for the tractor motor, so what better than this one? Sure, I'm not going to push the voltage to more than 6S, at least for the time being, but the Fighter was getting a hefty motor, and that would certainly push the amps. Being the smaller variant they offer was perfect because it was able to fit sideways at the front of the nose, even with the cable soldered, and since servos and the like were already powered by a separate regulator, there was no need for it to have a back. Although, had I known the Wi-Fi module could use it to make connecting to the ESC just a bit simpler, perhaps I would have gone for the model with solder pads but with back. Since this one did not have a back, I had to provide external power, in this case via USB-C to the Wi-Fi module so it can actually turn on and I can program the ESC. With the ESC connected to the motor and powered on, connect the Wi-Fi module to the signal and ground cables coming from it, and then in my case, when the ESC doesn't have a back, provide power via the USB-C connector. Once you connect to the network on your computer, a new browser tab would automatically open with the configurator running in there. How bloody awesome is that? Nothing to install, nothing to wrestle with, no drivers, nothing. Connect to the Wi-Fi network and bam, it automatically opens the browser and loads the configurator, which is on the ESC, and this works on PC and on mobile devices the same, which makes it pretty convenient and universal, and also very easy to use when you don't have an internet access. In here are a bunch of options, some of which could definitely use some explaining, but overall I was able to get my bearings and program most of the settings. Without any additional explanation, the braking settings took a bit, but I figured them out eventually. Having a slider so you can spin the motor and test stuff right in there in the configurator is pretty neat, and let me tell you, at max settings the brake is worryingly strong. I dialed it down a good deal to a level which I feel would be sufficient without stressing the ESC or motor too much. One thing that was particularly stunning was the slow RPM mode, which allowed for shockingly slow rotation of the prop without missing a beat, despite the lack of a sensor. I later found out why that works. This mode draws about 3 amps constant to spin like this. Once it gets to higher RPM with more throttle, the current drops, but I guess it needs to feed it more current so it can probably generate enough back EMF or something of the sort, so the ESC would have a better idea of where the motor is so it can drive it so slow. Once all of this was set up, the plane was ready for a test. Those that have seen my previous MFE Fighter video would remember what I said. The ESC performed very well in flight, the motor runs very quiet, and it turned out it tops out at 90 to 100 amps, and despite not having any cooling in there, kinda forgot to provide for that, after the flight it was at around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius maximum, which is pretty good. I actually did 2 such flights, not remembering to add cooling for either, but I have done it now. Behold, The front canopy with a cooling inlet which dumps the incoming air directly over the ESC, so it should help cool it down while also providing some air movement in the fuselage as it is quite closed off on the fighter. This would definitely give me some peace of mind as I'm planning on mounting a video system to this plane, putting the DragonLink on an antenna tracker and going for some distance and height to see how it will do, and the height aspect would require higher throttle, which leads to higher current, which would be a problem with no cooling. But with this air inlet right on top of the ESC, it should be fine. Initially, the software did feel a bit convoluted and I sort of regretted not getting it with the AM32 firmware. I mean, if nothing else, the configurator looks a lot better visually. But after playing with this for a bit, I do like the lack of need to remember web addresses or to install stuff. As soon as you connect, it just loads up and it does provide more variables that can be adjusted, I think. Also, like already mentioned, it works the same regardless if you are on a computer or a mobile device, so no internet access needed as well. For the time being, I'm very happy with this ESC, even though the fighter can only load it halfway through its capability. I feel like this would be an awesome addition to a performance EDF jet running at least 12S, as it will have some good overhead on the voltage, and 200 amps is plenty for most cases, while the unit is not that large or heavy. It should also work very well for the tractor motor on a VTOL at least twice the size of the fighter, so we are talking about something well over 20 kilograms, and for that price, I'd say that is a bargain. Oh, and just in case you are wondering why you're looking at KiteGC's visualization of the flight, well, like I said, no video system on this one yet, but Kite does make up for that in a big way by providing this really interesting and interactive way to observe the flight. So stay tuned for more on the fighter, check out the ESC via the link in the video description below, but know that Secure sell many more and different things, so go have a look. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the bell so you can be notified when stuff is uploaded and made public. Like the video if you like the video, comment and share, it does help with the algorithm. A huge thank you to all my YouTube members, Patreon supporters and everyone who has and still is supporting this channel. Happy flying and I will see you in the next one.